Meteor Crater, is it worth it? The first time I drove by this site was as a child in 1970, and my family did not bother to stop. We headed straight to the Grand Canyon. Since then, I've driven by hundreds of times with the same result. But 2026 is the 100th anniversary of Route 66, and I'm not getting any younger, so I figured I'd swallow hard, pay the fee to visit this privately owned feature, and see if it's worth it. 50,000 years ago, a meteor crashed into the Arizona desert, leaving behind one of the best defined meteor craters in the world. It's 4,100 feet or 1.2 kilometers across and 570 feet or 173 meters deep. Initially, scientific opinion was that this was volcanic in nature, but around the turn of the last century, an already successful mine operator named Daniel Moreau Barringer learned of the crater and decided it was created by a meteorite impact. He theorized that the meteor would have left behind iron and minerals worth about $1 billion in today's money. Barringer was not a rough and tumble Western prospector, but a blue-blooded East Coast elite who was friends with the president. So as not to alert others of his plans, he formed the Standard Iron Company, filing mining claims and eventually obtaining a land patent from his friend Teddy Roosevelt in 1903, giving him ownership of 640 acres surrounding the crater. Indications are the claim was a gift from Roosevelt and no payment was made, other than an agreement to invest $500 in working the claim. And that he did, spending about $600,000 of investors' money, including $200,000 of his own, seeking minerals that had apparently evaporated on impact of the meteorite. Barringer was right that the crater was caused by the meteorite impact, but wrong that valuable minerals could be extracted. The Barringer children attended Ivy League schools, mostly going to Princeton, but maintained ownership of the land. In the 1950s, they leased the land to Burton Tremaine Jr., who invested $1 million in developing the site for tourism purposes. Signs here say he signed a 199-year lease with the Barringer family. The current gift and mineral shop was opened in 1963. In 1964, a small plane crashed into the side of the crater, likely caught in some of the up and down drafts the Creator creates, but all survived. The Apollo astronauts did actually do some training here. The third and fourth generations of the Barringers still own the land and are apparently involved in the management of the attraction. The cost of admission is steep. Everyone over 13 years of age pays $29, with seniors paying $27, veterans paying $20, active duty free, and children under 5 free. The problem is that families pay by the head, not by the car, as in the national parks. It costs $35 for a car full to go to Grand Canyon, but a family of 2 adults and 2 teens would pay about $116 to visit Meteor Crater. If the average admission of 270,000 visitors a year is $25, that means the Barringers, or the managing family, are earning $6.75 million a year, and that's before the sale of curios and snacks. It's a pretty good profit for property handed over through connection with the president. So is it worth it? For me, 2 senior admissions cost $54. The value is limited by the fact you can't hike or go into the crater. You just visit a few viewpoints and the exhibits on the rim. Also, the crater is static. It just sits there. You can see photos or flyby with Google Earth. I've driven by here for 50 years since I was a teen, and I never bothered to stop because of the cost and the non-dynamic nature of the feature. For once in my life, I'm springing for the cost, but for me, it's just not worth it. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below, and thank you for watching.